Hey mama, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I want to share with you a yoga practice that you can do through your entire pregnancy. So I've picked 5 yoga poses that I think are just the absolute best yoga poses to do through your first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. Now, before we get started, I do want to say one thing, which is this. There are way more than 5 yoga poses that you can do throughout your pregnancy, okay? Not just these. But the reason that I picked these is that these are the ones that I think can be practiced by everyone at any level of yoga. So if you are newer to yoga, if you have only just started, around the time that you got pregnant or before you got pregnant, so if yoga is less familiar to you, you can do all of these yoga poses with absolutely no problem. Okay, if you are more experienced at yoga, these yoga poses will feel really familiar, really comforting, and really grounding and steady because they will just feel so good in your body and so familiar to you. Okay, so no matter where you are in your yoga practice, these 5 poses and a few extras to sort of, keep the movement going will support you throughout your entire pregnancy. And just to, let you know, as I'm filming this right now, I'm actually 20 weeks pregnant with my 3rd child. So these are time-tested, beloved yoga poses that have made me feel good through each and every one of my pregnancies. So I think that you will love them too. So all that said, you might need 2 blocks and you might need a blanket for this practice. 2 blocks if you want a little bit more support or if you're a little bit further along in your pregnancy, just to give you a little bit more space. All right, but otherwise, let's get started. So come onto your hands and knees, please. Come into table pose. So the first pose that we're going to do is cat-cow. We'll start here. Cat-cow is one of my very favorite warm-ups, whether you're pregnant or not. So place your hands as wide apart as your shoulders, knees as wide apart as your hips. And just start. As you inhale, lengthen your belly and chest forward. As you exhale, round up. Release your head and neck. And inhale, lengthen forward again. Exhale, round back. And just with every movement, create a little bit more space in your body. The cat-cow is really great for warming up your spine, for your shoulders, and for your hips. And just know, too, that you can move in a less linear way. So if you're feeling a little tighter, you can stretch your hips from side to side. If you need a little bit more space, you can grab those blocks, put your hands up on the blocks, and do your cat-cow up here. And you can also add other dynamic movements. So you can exhale your hips back to your heels into child's pose, or pull through into a little back bend. And again, just move in a way that feels really good for you. So you might feel like you want to linger in one pose a little bit longer. That's also fine. And just take a few more breaths here. And then somewhere around your next exhale, lift your knees and hips away from the floor into downward facing dog. So this is not one of the 5 poses. This is sort of just a transition pose. So if downward facing dog does not feel awesome for you, you can just keep your knees on the floor and stretch your hips back, sort of like in a puppy dog pose. You can have your hands up on those blocks and reach. But if downward facing dog does feel good, and it does for me, just give your hips a little bit of a stretch from side to side. A little bit of a wiggle. You can bend your knees, shake out your hair. Whatever feels good. Okay, but from here, move your left hand more towards the center, so left hand towards your right hand, and step your left foot up into a lunge. Okay, now you can keep your right knee lifted or put your right knee on the floor, totally up to you. You can grab those blocks and have your hands up on the blocks as well. Okay, but lift left arm up for a twist. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. You've probably heard that twists are a no-go during pregnancy. Not true. This twist in particular, just fine. In fact, fantastic. Okay, why? Because it opens up space in your chest, which becomes a limited a limited territory the more pregnant you get. Lower your left hand down, and you can switch sides through table or dog. So you just want to step left leg, or right leg rather, to the outside of your right hand. You can keep your left knee down or lift it, but reach your right arm up. Now you can also walk your left hand more to the left, like take it out of the way so that you have more space to lift your right arm up. If you want your left knee down for more support, put it down. If you want to put your left hand up on the block, that'll also give you a little bit more room. So whatever will make you feel good in this twist. But lower your right hand down and then step left leg up into a forward bend. Okay, take a full breath in here. Whew. Full breath out. Okay, and then bring your hands up to your hips, elbows to the sky, and inhale as you come all the way up to stand. Okay? And you can have these blocks somewhere in the middle just in case you need them, but take your legs wide apart. And you're going to do some squats. So this isn't officially one of the 5 poses, but as far as I'm concerned, every woman, any woman who is pregnant should do squats at some point during her pregnancy. Okay, so turn your feet out. These are wide squats. Feet point out towards the corners of your mat. And you can have your hands at your hips, hands on your belly, palms together. But bend your knees so your hips go down, and then lift your hips up. Okay, again, hips go down and go up. So you want to think of it less as like bending your knees and more hips go down, hips go up. Okay, so part of the reason I think squats are so great is that they tone your pelvic floor in a really fantastic way, which you want when you're pregnant. Keep going. Again, if you want to give your belly a little bit more support, you can place your hands on your belly. If you're in your first trimester, it's really good to start the squats early so that you get used to this action. If you're not, if you're in your second and third trimester, do these. Oh, we're still doing them. Keep going. Okay, but these are way better than doing Kegels. Yeah, Kegels are not necessarily your friend during pregnancy, but squats are. Okay? Just one more time, lower your hips down. Okay, now bring your left forearm to your left thigh. Stretch your right arm alongside your ear. So just give yourself lots of good space on the right side of your body. Now turn your right foot in, so your right foot is parallel to that short edge of your mat. Turn your left foot out just a little bit more, and this is side angle pose. Now if you like, left hand on your belly. Just give a little love. Support yourself. It'll even help you pull back a little bit. So the tendency is to like lean into belly. See if you can pull back and find more of that core support. I promise it's still there. You just can't feel it as much. Okay, and then come back to center. So you're going to bend your right knee. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Okay, extend your left arm alongside your ear. And then turn your left foot in. Turn your right foot slightly out and just stretch out through your left side. Should feel really nice through that inside psoas area. Because again, you guys, women, okay, the sides of your bodies, like the bigger you get, the less space you have. The more you can make, the better. You turn your left foot back in, or turn your left foot back out. Turn your right foot slightly in, and then lift your hips up. Okay, now turn your right foot in again, so your right foot is lined up with that short edge of your mat. You can grab your block if you need it, okay? But lengthen up through both sides of your body and extend over your left leg. If you like, you can keep holding onto your belly. Sometimes that feels really nice. Your elbow will rest on your thigh. If you want a little bit more support for your hand, you can grab your block, put the block underneath your left hand, and still have lots of space on your left side. Right arm goes up. And of course, if you can bring your left hand to the floor. Okay? Just press into your right leg so your right leg feels really steady and strong as you lift the left side of your chest up. Okay, and then you can bring your right hand to your hip and slowly come on up to stand. Turn, left foot in, right foot out for triangle pose on the second side. Okay, now I love triangle pose during pregnancy because it's really, really great for your hamstrings, for your low back, for your side body again. So lengthen over your right leg. You can bring your right fingertips to the floor. You can grab your block and put your block underneath your hand so that you're a little bit more lifted. Extend your left arm up. You can also always hold onto your belly with either of your hands. And take a full breath in. Full breath out. And then push down through your legs as you come all the way back up. Get those blocks out of the way. And coming down to sit for your 5th pose. Last pose. Okay, coming down to sit. Okay, and just start with the soles of your feet together before we go into the full pose. So this pose is called Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. Press in through your feet. That should actually feel pretty nice on your low back. Doesn't matter how high your knees are. If it really bothers you, you can grab those blocks for the next few moments and just pop them underneath your knees so you get a little bit more lift. You can sit up on the blanket like I am to give yourself a bit more lift as well. Okay. But then draw your right leg a little closer in, extend your left leg straight out. Okay, with your left toes pointing towards the ceiling. Your right heel will be pretty close to the center of your hips. Okay, now lengthen over towards your left leg. Reach for your left foot with your left hand. Now, if you can't grab your foot with your hand, no problem. You can put your hand on the floor, hand on your belly, doesn't matter. Stretch your right arm alongside your ear. If you want a little bit more support, place your right hand behind your head. You might even find you can get your elbow to the floor. You also might not. Okay? What's most important is this side body stretch again, this length. Because again, like here's the thing, right? Bigger your belly gets, the less space you have, right? The more gravity starts to pull you down. So any additional space you can create is always going to be beneficial. Okay, come on back up and switch. Extend your right leg out, left leg in. Okay. Place your hand on your belly, extend your left arm alongside your ear. You can reach for your foot if you like. You can be more upright if you prefer. You can place your left hand behind your head. So whatever feels good for you. Okay, and then come all the way back up. And you can cross your ankles again, or you can bring the soles of your feet together like you did before if that felt really nice. And before you close, all I want you to do is place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and close your eyes. And just take a moment here. Take a moment to offer yourself some big love. So pregnancy is a big adventure, just like motherhood. And it's not easy for everyone. So no matter how your pregnancy is affecting you, I just want you to hold the space for yourself right now. That you are strong. You are capable. You've got this. Hold this space for yourself with love and with compassion, with kindness, with hope. And know that you are capable of incredible things. Honor yourself in this moment. Honor the life-giving force of nature that is you. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. So that was it. That was a little practice with 5 poses that I think will support you through the duration of your pregnancy. So no matter whether you are still early in your pregnancy in the first trimester or whether you are almost done, whether you're in the home stretch, I think these 5 poses, okay, so I'm going to list them really quickly. Your cat-cow, okay, your lunge with a twist, that big open twist, your side angle pose with the squats, okay, triangle pose, and that seated side bend. Those will make you feel totally grounded, totally steady, and just totally ready for the big adventure that is motherhood. Well, if nothing else, it will make you feel good during your pregnancy. I can't promise that will make you feel ready for motherhood. Maybe that was a little bit unfair. But this practice hopefully will support you in every way that you need throughout the duration of your pregnancy. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know how you feel in the comments below. And also, if you did really enjoy this, I have a Yoga for a Healthy Pregnancy series. It is broken down into first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. I would love for you to join me in this series and take it so that you have a practice that will carry you through from beginning to end until you are ready to embark on motherhood. So if you were interested in that series, you can get just first trimester, just second trimester, just third, or you can get the whole thing. The link to that will be in the description below, and I really, really hope that you enjoy that too. But for now, thanks for taking the time to get on the mat with me, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat again really soon. All right? Take care, Mama. Bye. Hey, did you enjoy that practice with my favorite yoga poses to do while you're pregnant? Well, if you did, I have an entire series for you that features all of my favorite yoga poses to do during pregnancy. So all of these practices are less than 10 minutes long, so you don't even need a lot of time to do them, which is pretty awesome. And these practices, this series, is totally free. Isn't that amazing? So if you want to join me for the entire series, all you have to do is click on the link below in the description and get access to every single one of these really quick practices to support you from your first trimester through your third trimester and beyond. So I hope that you'll click on that link and get the rest of the practices in this series totally for free and get on your mat every day that you want during your pregnancy. See you on the mat really soon. Bye.